Melanie Joly is no longer the Prime Minister's favorite, and we've got a video to prove it. We have to talk about Macron getting shoved, okay? CBC being called out on air of their own hypocrisy, and the Liberal government continues to gaslight us. Welcome back to the Freedom Pines podcast. I'm your host, Jamie A.B. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you guys so much for all of the support, and let's get into today's video. Guys, that clip is so funny to me because why is he giving the French Justin Trudeau to me? Why? What are they doing behind the scenes? Like, at least Mark Carney doesn't seem like he is on, you know, something every day. He seems like he's sober. Poor French people. If you're from France and watching this, you're probably not, but can you guys let me know if you guys like this person? Because this is just L after L after L for France when it comes to Macron, and I just want to know, is he your Justin Trudeau? It feels like he's your Justin Trudeau, and they've hung out a lot, so I'm just saying.
She goes to ask him something, but he's like, shoot, go away, go away.
Look at him.
He shoot her away twice. He did one of these, and then he reached out with his other hand and did this. I guess that's how Mark Carney's running this ship.
So I don't know if you guys watched House of Commons or literally anything with Justin Trudeau. I know it was very hard to, so I don't blame you if you didn't, but Melanie Joly and him were very, very buddy-buddy. And that is so crazy to me to see him. That was obviously Moose on the Loose. Shoo her away like that is... Do they not realize that everyone is watching at all times? I just want to say that. Number one. Number two, who is Mark Carney's go-to people if he's even shooing away Melanie Joly? I will say that in that clip, he does go like that. I'm just saying. I don't think it's a thing, but just the way he's like, shh, go. And she switches seats back over. It really looked like he didn't want to talk to her, which is probably a very big shock to her because she's probably gotten away with a lot because of her closeness to Justin Trudeau. So I love to see that. And then now moving on to this clip that I found on TikTok of Melanie Joly, and I just want to debunk it a little bit, okay?
Canada is not the one driving up the cost of your groceries or of your gasoline or any of your construction. Canada is not the one putting your jobs at risk. Canada is not the one that is ultimately starting this war.
Thank you to Queen of the House 19. I love her videos on TikTok. Who posted that? But is she joking? Because here's the thing. Like I said, you guys, I went to go in to go put in a greener option because we had baseboard heating, and our bill for that every month was astronomical in Southern Ontario during the winter. And that was in Southern Ontario. I cannot imagine if I lived in Northern Ontario. But anyways, and they just kind of stayed on all the time. So we knew when we were doing the renovation that we needed either gas or something because we needed air conditioning. Our house didn't have air conditioning. We only had window ones. And then number two, we needed something that was more affordable. So we looked into everything. Solar panels, tariffed. Everything, tariffed to shit. And the only affordable option was gas. And that was when I learned how many things did have tariffs on it. You think that you can find the information literally anywhere on the computer right now of how much things were tariffed already. Trudeau had a tariff, which means that everything that was coming in from America had a massive tariff on it when it came to like your bath salts, shampoo, anything like that. 30% tariff. Okay? Number one. Number two, they made business almost impossible to invest in Canada because of all of the red tape and the DEI nonsense that they make happen. And do you think that if you're a business who wants to invest in somewhere, you're going to go to somewhere where there is less taxes on your business? Number one, where you're not punished for heating and cooling your business. Number two, and then all of the other taxes that they have to pay, because I'm pretty sure that businesses have to pay provincial tax as well. And all of the other things that come with Canada. And I respect that we have workers' rights. But we all have seen, especially when it comes to what Canada Post wants for their workers, unions getting completely out of hand with what they want, number one. And number two, like that ultimately, like I don't like greedy CEOs too, but I also understand how the world works. And we used to be really well known for our really well-made cars because Canadians actually care and we had such a good system. And now they're all going to go to America, which will be probably better than the even cheaper exploitation of work from Mexico, okay? Because I don't know if you guys have noticed, there's a noticeable difference of the vehicles that they have started not making in Canada for a while, because I know a lot of places have left. What Canada's population doesn't seem to grasp, by the way, is how big America is compared to us. I know on landmass we look huge. They're the biggest market in the world. And not only that, they have the most fair laws. It makes no sense to me that we want to team up with China. Seriously? I do not understand the left in their pro-China stuff. You guys should see it. TikTok is wildly pro. And we all know why, number one, but the things they just excuse or just don't bring up in the name of speaking up for how great China's communism is, I don't know where that cut off, but I said is crazy to me, okay? Then I'm going to copy Moose on the Loose. Oh, by the way, if you have any other reasons why they've driven businesses out of Canada besides our insanely high taxes being punished for transporting goods, okay, and all of the other things in between, let me know if there's anything that I am missing there, okay? Let's move on. I'm going to copy Moose on the Loose here and say pro hummus people. I'm just going to play this first little bit here and we're going to listen to it.
We are here blocking the Ontario Food Terminal. This is the largest fruit and produce distribution center across all of Canada.
So this is illegal. I'm sorry. The amount of people who during the freedom movement absolutely would have annihilated people for doing this is astronomical. Number two, I don't agree with anything governments do, especially when it involves innocent civilians, but you are not helping your case here. And I am not kidding. I am abhorrently anti-war. Obviously, I do not think it's worth it. I think all of these people can get together in Davos and hang out and all get along, and then we all go back to our countries. They all go back to their countries where people are starving and all of these other things, okay? But these people coming to Canada, burning our flags, calling us names, harassing the other ethnicities of people here affected by certain things as well, it has got to stop. This has got to stop. I do not understand how the left is not more angry about this when we have had so many things in Canada happen. 75,000 people have died from lack of access to healthcare since 2017. 50,000 people plus have MAID. 50,000 overdoses. What do you think that is? What do you think, like, why do we not have an uproar? And not only that, look at how many people have become homeless. Look at how many people, it's crazy that I wonder what your odds of chance of survival if you are born in Canada are these days. And I'm not even kidding. I'm not even exaggerating when I say that. Like, I feel like we are in the Hunger Games when they're like, oh, may the odds be ever in your favor. And it's not a joke anymore. So I'm about to play this clip and react to it. But this girl in the pink is about to kind of go off on the Liberals. And then tell me that that's not the face that, like, my mom would make if someone brought up the Liberals at a party, or, like, my husband. Like, please, Jamie, don't go off. Don't.
Canadians are going to start to put a bit of a timeline on the government for delivery. It's still early. We're still in the honeymoon phase. I think every new government is sort of entitled to a bit of a honeymoon. But on this major project stuff, I mean, you see Premier Eby in BC really, really struggling to actually deliver, actually get the legislative framework in place to deliver on some of these major projects. And I think the government should be concerned. A government without a chief of staff, without many chiefs of staff for its new ministers, putting off budgets until the fall. I mean, that does not sound to me like a government that's ready to hit the road.
Yeah, the political currents are moving a whole lot faster than the HR processes. I think that is fair to say. But, you know, the criticism I've noticed of the shift away from the elbows up thing, with 51st State done, from the U.S. ambassador and the president saying that, like, the elbows can come down slightly, can they not? And you can sort of get back to what passes for more normal.
No, what is, as Pierre said in his little conference yesterday, what are you talking about? A slogan is a slogan. What elbows are coming down? What does that even mean? What does it even mean? What are the elbows that ever went up? Where? He called Trump and said, hey, I'm going to use you as a tactic in the election. Don't mind me. Let's still have a relationship, which is smarter than what Trudeau did. I'll give him that. But don't pretend that if Pierre used that tactic, that they wouldn't be ripping him to shreds right now, him specifically. The amount that he, in his brain, allows people to get away with is crazy. Did I finish what I was going to say before? My internet's like kind of not working, so it took a long time to save that first video. I also wouldn't have an issue with him saying these things if he could ever be this objective when it came to when it comes to any conservative ever, or even just Pierre Poilievre. I'm just saying, okay? Anyways, what else did I want to talk about? Oh my goodness. Guys, I was also thinking too of opening up some sort of message board or something where we could talk and get a lot of people on board. And so whoever's keeping an eye on their municipalities and the things that are going on behind the scenes, maybe we could update everybody. Because there was a time last year where somebody, or it was the year before, I can't remember, where all of the councillors of said community got together and voted for higher property taxes like overnight when nobody was there. And we need to talk about those things because those things are not going to be reported on. When I talk about, like, I obviously am going to talk about things, okay, because why are the left so silent about the king? I will get to that, okay? But we need to be talking, someone needs to be talking about what's going on in the municipalities at length, okay? So I want to make a municipality video and maybe we can update on that. I don't know, like, or Discord or something. I'm gonna look into it. I genuinely, guys, I don't even have a website. Do you know how much everything costs? Everything costs so much money. Do you, like, I am recording on TikTok and I have to delete my apps because I don't have enough storage. What am I paying for? Except for useless digital space. You know what I mean? And until I'm like, I haven't even gotten to be able to, the threshold to be able to take money out for my YouTube. I haven't even hit it yet, believe it or not. It takes a while, unless you're really well known, obviously, on here and get a ton of views to make money. But I swear I will. I'll have a better everything. I will have a way better setup and everything going on. I do have a mic, like I have all of the things, but I'm not paying for so many software when I don't have money to pay for it. You know what I mean? That's why I don't do photography anymore, because I got that money stolen from me. And it costs a lot of money to have photography now. Like, you have to pay for the website, the site that you upload all of your photos to give to your clients, all of those different things. So anyways, sorry for rambling. Another reason why people don't want to invest in Canada is because they cannot afford to. Imagine that. And I don't even know what a digital tax is. Are we going to be getting that on our internet? Because I will lose my mind. I don't even know how it works. What are they doing to us if not literally putting us into poverty on purpose? But I digress. Let's talk about the king before I go and how everything's back in session. First of all, king, are you guys kidding? Are you guys kidding? I have done a lot of research on Every Child Matters because I was like, surely my grandparents were not colonizers. And I was very, very, very not convinced by the government. And thank God I talked to my grandma before she died. It makes me emotional because I know that they had no idea what was going on and they were just coming over here for a better life. Does that sound familiar? But anyways, one thing I learned in that is that the monarch is... That was one thing I really agree with the left on, is that I don't really like the royals. And for all of a sudden the left to not care that we're spending this much money on King Charles being here when they are not even supposed to be the ones that like him. What is happening? In what world? Like, are the left starting to realize why the NDP were here and were an option? And I understand because it's well deserved that the NDP is gone, but was it worth holding Jagmeet Singh in for his pension? I am not kidding. Was it worth it to the NDP to allow Jagmeet Singh to get a pension for you guys to lose this many seats and have these obvious, like, the Liberals are so unbelievably obviously elitist in my opinion, and I do not understand how the left doesn't see it. Guys, the king is here. The king is here to prove our sovereignty, because nothing proves our sovereignty more than bringing over the person that ultimately has say over our land, who, by the way, is a climate zealot. Also, before I go, okay, because I'm going to wrap up the video after this, there was somebody who asked, and I can't remember who it was, but thank you for asking this question. When will the left realize about what this actual net zero is about? Okay, this passport situation where they are shutting down the passports because the left, despite this making them the biggest hypocrites in the world, are the travelers. If you have kids right now, unless you are rich, you are not traveling. Trust me, you're not, okay? But this closure of the passport offices has them thinking. I seen a left-leaning person say, you know, they don't want us doing stuff. You're right. They don't want you doing anything. And despite the fact that they told you in high school, because we were really sold on it is giving up if you have kids. Do you understand the amount of backlash? And you know what? I was 19, but I was 19 when I got pregnant with my daughter. The amount of backlash and the amount of people who told me things that they think that they were appropriate to tell me about my own baby and situation was astronomical, because I'm telling you, not that we should applaud people who get pregnant and it's a bad situation, but the fact that they were so quick to tell me to get rid of my baby was crazy, okay? But we have been so anti-child and more of a go to college, go to university, you know, find yourself, travel, buy a house, then find your love, then, you know, have kids in your 30s. Well, all of the people that they promised, hey, go travel, go find yourself, are going to go buy and get married and buy houses, and they're starting to realize, hey, I can't do that even though you guys promised this. And I think once their travel is restricted, that's when they'll care. When they're not allowed to travel. They love traveling, despite it being way worse, in my opinion, for the environment than me having kids, because that's what they love to say, that having kids is horrible for the environment, so you should not have any. I think traveling's worse, but anyways, I don't care. Travel, go wherever you want. We only live this life once, and who knows how long you'll be able to travel for. So anyways, guys, I'm gonna go clean up my kitchen and get ready, and I hope you guys have an amazing day. Bye. Oh, and thank you guys so much for watching. it truly means the entire world to me. You have no idea.